going to troubleshoot some vacuum leaks that we possibly have on the car. I'm pretty convinced that we do have a vacuum leak somewhere. I won't know exactly where the leak is until I start tracing back the lines. I want to get the plenum off and test the secondaries. But for the initial troubleshooting, I think we can try that out by just turning the ignition and listening for the cycling of the vacuum pump, the initial vacuum pump. So right down here under the headlamp, this is a vacuum pump over here, and the system should charge and it should stay charged and not cycle on and off. Let's take a listen and see what happens when we charge that line. All right, so we're going to turn the ignition on and not start the car. That's the sound of the pump. And it's actually cycling on and off, which is a pretty telltale sign that there's a leak somewhere. We know we got a leak somewhere. Let's get the manual out and start tracing where that line goes and see if we can track down where that leak is without tearing too much apart for this first round. So here's another example of what the pump should be doing. Once the ignition is on, the pump should charge the system and it should stay off. I've disconnected the initial line coming from the pump and plugged it with my finger. If I let it go, that pump will continue to try to charge the line. I think we're seeing is a slow leak somewhere downstream of this. And that's the condition that we heard when we initially charged it up. So we'll trace this line back a little bit and see if we can find something easy, and hopefully we don't have to tear too much stuff apart to find out where that leak is. Okay, so the tracing of the line didn't go so great. It actually terminates underneath the plenum. Here's a line coming off the pump. You really can't tell here, but it's underneath the plenum, and I can see under there. It kind of jets back towards the firewall. I definitely have a leak, and as I kind of poke my head in here and take a look deeper into under the plenum, I can see some I guess moist, oily black stains. So I know I got a slight oil leak under here as well. Everything I'm reading says you got to pull the plenum to see what we're dealing with. So this is a complete cold start, and you get an idea what the idle's doing. So you can see it hunting a little bit there for a good stable idle, just not happening. And that's another indication of a possible vacuum leak. So hopefully that'll be the first thing we tackle. We'll work backwards from there to see if we can solve the idling issue. So just a quick peek under the car, take a look at things. I really don't need too much under here, I don't think. We've got a new radiator in it. You can see here. There's no oil leaks or anything from under the car. We do have an oil leak under the plenum. I can smell it a little bit when the car is running. But everything under here is pretty tidy. It's just a little bit more clean. I gotta clean it up a little bit more. Those FX2 shocks have seen better days. They look like crap. They still work though. I'm hoping to get some more use out of those. I just don't like the way the paint's coming off and they're rusting a little bit. Other than that, everything's good under here. We replaced the parking brake and cable for that, rear brakes. But overall, pretty tidy, pretty clean. This winter I'll kind of shine things up. So that's it. We got to get the car on the other lift, like I said, and we'll pull the plenum and start playing with the vacuum to see if we can find where that leak is. Locate the source of the oil leak under the plenum as well and clean things up under there. I'm pretty sure it's pretty messy under there. That's it for now. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for the next chapter in this Corvette's life.